This is all over our real history. Like, you just need to open your eyes to see. Look at this. This is how the ancients used to travel around. They used to use very sophisticated technology, guys. Look at this stuff. Beautiful, intricate, precise, genius design. Look at this.
It just started to talk by itself.
Everything that we have been taught is a lie. Tartaria was the greatest empire that's ever roamed this earth. And they had free energy everywhere. Peace and love. Want to see some Tartarian technology? Some technology that didn't need to use electricity, that didn't need to plug into the wall.
Why is all this Tartaria AI sometimes talking when I have not looked at it for a long time, then it starts to talk. I don't like the fact that they call it Tartaria because they want to give Russia credit for it and the Soviet Union. I think Tartaria, that technology was everywhere around this world. So it's kind of like that with everything. The Africans want to take credit for the pyramids, and the pyramids was everywhere, not only in Africa. And I think we have to start differently if we want to coexist. It doesn't matter who came first. People think that everything is about proving who came first, who was indigenous people, and this and that. I just think that that kind of mindset is a little bit ridiculous, right? We are all co-creators of this world, and there's no such things that some people are behind other people. I don't believe in that. I think I think that we have had many big civilizations, and some of them have been more advanced than our society nowadays. And when they have been more advanced, it was not only part of the world, but it was all over the world, right? So there's no such thing that a people that is superior to another people. That is nonsense. But there are people in this world that just don't want to cooperate in creating a good world for everybody, no matter what skin color you have, or what kind of traditions you have, how you dress, how you tattoo yourself, and this and that, right? But everything has actually been very confused with this, not allowing women to be women and not accepting women biology as something sacred, something divine. It just started with this video. After this video, I opened this video, and then it stopped. It didn't want to show, only wanted to show this picture that he's laying down. This, it didn't even show. It just showed that he was on this bed, and then he put himself down in the bed, and then this AI took over and started to talk. For this, it didn't show. When I played the video just stopped and showed that this man was laying down in the bed, and then I thought that it was something that he had made for his video, right? So at first I just thinking, oh, he also studied this Tartaria thing, and now he have been watching these kind of African and maybe other countries are also doing it when they advertise for something that is like they want to sell a house, or they want to rent out a house, or they want to show interior design, or they want to sell something, a bed or something. Then they show all kinds of nonsense that have nothing to do with the subject, right? So at first I just thought, oh, I've never seen a Danish people do like that. But this one is a stand-up comedian, right?
Denne her bolig her, den skal bare ses. Jeg tror,
he want to show this house,
altså hernede på
and he want people to buy this house.
hvor jeg er inde i en fantastisk bolig, som kan blive din bolig. Og området, jamen det er yderst attraktivt. Vi ligger altså ikke andet end 1,5 kilometer fra centrum, og hvad enten du er børnefamilie eller godt kan lide at handle, så har du altså alting lige inden for rækkevidde. Lige her, det er altså soveværelse, og det vil sige, hvis man
Many of his videos is like he want people to associate everything to him, and he is pretending to be pedophile because he's making fun of how ridiculous and disgusting these pedophiles are. So now he's talking about that it's very convenient to live there, and he's showing the bedroom and the bed that somebody has been laying down in that bed right already. So while he's talking about that, it's a good area because it's near the center of the city. And who knows what city he's talking about? Nobody knows that. And then it's something for children or something. And then he's standing in his bedroom, and he always roll with his eyes, and it's quite funny because it's quite funny because he's showing how disgusting these men are, like, and how they are thinking and feeling.
som gør det muligt, at du altså har mulighed for havkig. Og herinde har du altså mulighed for at få det hele med. Fordi man ligger altså fantastisk i denne her seng her, med denne her fantastiske udsigt.
He says that the view is very fantastic, and you're laying down in the bed with a fantastic view.
Det er liv, det her. På genhør.
This is life, he say. This is life. He make very funny stand-up comedy in Denmark. Not all Danish people are not informed about what's going on in this world, but most of the Danish people are ignorant to these problems, and we have a healthcare system that is involved with this pedophiles, and we have many cases from England where it was going on that these kids were abused in foster care families, and people, they are very afraid of protecting each other and go to the governmental office and cooperate on getting these children back to their mom and dad. They don't know how to. It's very hard to live in a Danish society because Danish people are actually not protecting and helping each other. There's no teamwork against this, and they're just telling each other that it's not true, it's not going on in Denmark. And people in Denmark is also believing very much in the authorities. At least they don't want to reveal what they're thinking and feeling, because we have like a sort of feeling and thought police that if you are just yourself, I was always told to just be yourself by my mother, and when I started to be myself and find out more and more about who I am, then she and my dad took my boy away from me in cooperation of many people in society who was working in healthcare and government and court system, and it was just one big mass hysterica, and they just wanted to see me unhappy, and that was what it was about, nothing else. And they wanted to destroy my relationship to my boy and teach him about Satanism. He told me himself, Mom, there are fucking me in the ass. And he was very clever. He told that when this psychologist came to visit the family house, he was also clever when he was 8 years old to tell me while we were playing some football. Then he opened up his mouth and talked about it. But I cannot do anything about it because nobody believes in what my child is saying, and everybody dismiss it, and everybody tell me that he has such a good life now, but it's actually not true. They're abusing him. He say that you have to do favors for the shaitan, and then the shaitan will show him heaven. And then I was just told to go home, as if it was my fault. If I have started that kind of conversation, I never start any weird conversations, but that was what they wanted to believe. And they're always lying about me, so it's a very, very weird case. I recently contacted detective in Denmark, and he promised to help me before I came to Tanzania. And he couldn't remember me, and he didn't know who I was. I don't think that is true. And then he revealed that he knew something about the case, because he said that he cannot help me. The case is too big. Anyhow, they have destroyed my son's life completely already, and our relationship can never be a normal relationship because I didn't have any opportunity to protect him from all these things happening to him. If I just went to a football game, or if I wanted to see him play football, then they will send police to arrest me. I was not allowed to talk with him in telephone or celebrate Christmas, and I've done nothing at all. They just make up stories, have a lot of prejudice about me, and it's just insane. And then they want to scare all Danish people away from me. That is kind of weird, but you see this type of people that he's portraying.
Nu siger jeg ikke, han er dopet. Men jeg siger sammen heller ikke, han ikke er. Jeg skal nok øl. Nej, jeg betaler en øl. Eller jeg betaler ikke. Maler Corporation. Jamen, jeg kender en maler. Ja, han er så autolakør. Dennis. Kender du Dennis? Han er en skrueløs. Men han er sat med færd med en malerpensel. Lad mig sige sådan. Lige siden vi var helt lille, der har han bare været sådan glad for sådan noget, du ved, at male og sådan pille ved ting og sådan noget. Han pillede bare sådan alt, hvad han fik fat i. Og der var sådan en gang, hvor han bare sådan tog en brødrest og lavede den om til en go-kart. Sagde en nørkel med det ude i garagen. Nej, jeg kommer ikke til at ændre. Ja. Men afgiften han har skrevet, og den ligger i din forrude. Ja. Og du har alt muligt ret til at klage, hvis du kunne tænke dig det. Hvad ser du her, fisse husleje af for? Tror du, det er en varmestue, det her, eller hvad? Kan du ikke lige tage sprayflasken? Den ligger inde i hans krog.
For some years ago, before they made this kind of comedy, I see in America they also make this kind of comedy. So there is a change from before I started to talk about it. I was giving some examples of how to make stand-up comedy and pretending that you are somebody within the society having different kinds of jobs, right? And then that all of them were without moral standards, and that they misuse their power somehow. And now I see that I have opened the door for this kind of stand-up comedy to to reveal many things in society. I'm happy about that, but sometimes I feel pity for myself that I just open all these doors, show people how to do things, and I get no thank you, like they never mention my name, they pretend that I don't exist. They use my ideas, and maybe some of them don't know that the ideas originally comes from me, but it's just a pity that I don't get any credit for anything that I do in this life.
Ja, så kan vi give dem en afgift alligevel. Jeg ser den hvide BMW, der kommer herovre. Er det nem femmer? Ja, der er en, der har det godt. Jeg håber sæt, man parkerer der.
We didn't have so much of this before, but now we have a lot of it. I've also taught Danish people how to rhyme more in their songs. And I've showed them many of the Danish rhyming words. I don't think they were aware that our language is such a good language and easy to rhyme in Danish.
Vi har lige købt en ny bog. Nå, men det gav da et lille afkast med den nordiske aktie. Har du fundet den ordentligt at lave? Eller 400?
You see that cake? Many people are eating that cake because it's very cheap in it's the cheapest supermarkets of Denmark. It's a police station, and he don't want to help anybody. Now he's busy with something else, and you know he's just like pretending pretending that he care about the people who are calling, but then he calm them down. Oh, it doesn't matter because this guy he probably only have 2 bullets left in his revolver, so just let him shoot and nothing will happen after that. So you don't really care.
Nå, vi har ingen at lave. Vi har hverken tid eller ressourcer. Jamen prøv lige at høre en gang, så beder du ham om at lægge det i våben. Hvor mange patroner har han affyret? Cirka. Det betyder, at han næsten er færdig. Der er mellem 11 og 13 patroner i sådan et magasin. Jamen prøv lige at høre her, lille ven, det har vi absolut ikke tid til.
You say that we don't have a time for this. Just see how many patrons. Patrons is those small bullets, right, that you have left.
Nej, vi har... Der er heller ingen grund til, at vi skal løbe frem og tilbage på en lulfart, vel? Du skal gå ind på cykelbanen, eller på politiet.
He's also playing a card on the computer while he's chatting with him, and then while he wants to say something to him, then he starts to talk about something on the computer by mistake.
Og lige snart vi så har modtaget hele hændelsesforløbet via online-formularen, så har vi mulighed for at begrave sagen. Opklare sagen. Hvis det er sådan, han render rundt med det våben her, så synes jeg, du skal bede ham om at lægge det våben fra sig. Ellers så er du nødt til at afvente til, han affyrer alle patronerne.
What he's portraying here is that the people within the police, they don't really have moral standards, and they are not doing their job very well, and they often don't care about people who are calling and have a problem. They don't take them serious. And maybe we get more information about the police through this guy. There are lots of bad stuff going on with our police nowadays.
Jeg kan høre, når du siger, at du allerede har affyret 7 stykker, jamen så er der ikke meget tilbage den der. Det er sød musik, det her, mand. Den nye der.
He didn't buy flowers.
Det er det, jeg kalder kærlighed.
He's talking about love, but he forgot to buy flowers on Mommy's Day.
Ej, men skatter, jeg ville jo egentlig have købt nogle blomster. Men så kom jeg derned på tanken, så der var sådan satme lukket. Og havde det ikke været, fordi tanken den var lukket, så havde jeg det med at købe nogle blomster til dig.
He's telling his mom that if it was not because that he was unlucky at the tank station, that is when all the stores have been closing down in Denmark, then you can still get something at the tank station. But the tank station was already closed, and then that will be his excuse to his mommy that if the tank station was not closed, like he blamed the tank station, right? If it was not closed, then he would have bought her flowers.
Du ved, de der med farver og sådan noget, du godt kan lide.
And we have a saying in Denmark that it's the thought that counts. So even though that just that he's mentioning which kinds of flower and which color that he would prefer to buy for her, and that he know that she likes that particular color, and then we have a saying in Danish, it's the thought that counts, that you don't necessarily have to give something, but in this context it's a little bit egoistical and foolish.
Så var jeg lige over forbi Claus, så havde han lige dem her, du ved. Og det er det meget nogle børger, der ved noget. Så hvis du lige giver...
I don't know what he is giving her now, but he had a friend. He was just visiting shortly a friend on his way to his mom, and then he has something that's from his place that he's going to give her.
Det sidste, så lige at få dækket noget bo, og du ved, lige få samlet ungerne og finde nogle drikkevarer. Og, hvis du så vil have nogle kartofler eller noget, og noget sovs, eller... Så ved jeg ikke, om du vil have noget salat, når jeg værk. Jeg skal sætte med.
He's offering her potatoes and salad.
Jeg kan noget. Jeg har en aftale med Ken.
He don't want anything because he have an appointment with the rabbits, so I don't know if he have some pets at home that he want to kill and eat.
Ja.
You know, in Denmark we don't kill the rabbits, we don't eat the rabbits because it's such a cute pet.
Men der var det med lukket tanken der, så vi må lige finde en anden dag med de blomster der.
He promised his mom to give her flowers another day because that their tank station was closed.
Men det her, det bliver det med gur.
And then he'll make fun of like a language, Danish language that they're talking in the countryside.
Det er sådan, vi faktisk har mulighed for lige nu i samarbejde med vores leverandører og alle de samarbejdsaftaler, som vi har fået oparbejdet. Der har vi mulighed for.
Now he's making fun of how people are talking to their customers in their hardware store where they sell televisions.
Ligesom at gå ind og matche de tilbud, der er på dine eksisterende abonnementer. Det gælder både mobiltelefoni, det gælder data, det gælder deling. Det gælder selvfølgelig også din internetudbyder, hvad det er fiber, bredbånd, mobil, bredbånd eller hvad du ellers har af kabelløsninger. Når det så er sagt, så gør vi det, at vi har et samarbejde sammen med Sydstrøm. Sydstrøm, de går ind og så leverer de her ting her. De er faktisk Danmarks bedste, der har en kundetilfredshed på 4,9. Det er den absolut bedste, der nogensinde er målt.
So people don't want to listen to all this nonsense, right? He grabbed the opportunity to make a lot of advertising for all kinds of other products that they just come to buy their television, right?
Tilbage i 1983. Og det er sådan, at vi selvfølgelig har mulighed for at gå ind og gøre det, og samtidig med det, så har vi mulighed for faktisk at gå ind og lægge den her besparelse på oven på dine produkter.
And then they always say that if you buy this and this and this, then you will save this and this and this money. Like my grandmother always was saying that when she bought a lot of stuff in town and brought it home, she always calculated how much money she had saved. It was kind of family joke in our family that she always did that.
Og så kan vi faktisk gå ind og så tage dit nanoquantum multiplicator XLR QF.
Now you make fun of the names of these products.
3.500 Ambilight Sony 16's fjernsyn, og faktisk giver det til 9 kroner.
So this is Danish humor. I think it's very characteristic for Danish humor.
Så det eneste, vi faktisk mangler at gøre lige nu, det er, nu kan jeg se, at din kone er gravid. Har I noget navn?
Maybe it's a little different from Tanzanian humor, I don't know.
Til barnet. Men der er mulighed for ligesom at gå ind og lave i forbindelse med de samme.
Now he noticed that the woman in the store that wanted to buy the television, she's pregnant, so then he grabbed the opportunity to talk a lot about some products that would benefit her child.
Arbejdsaftaler, vi har sammen med vores eksterne leverandører, dem som altså leverer de her samarbejder, de her fantastiske muligheder for både strøm, telefoni, e-bog, bredbånd osv. Der har vi faktisk mulighed for at gå ind og så simpelthen tilbyde og lave en klausul på. Det er sådan, vi faktisk har mulighed for lige
It's a lot of nonsense that the people don't want to listen to because, like, it's kind of a special language for that kind of world of technology, right?
Hør lige her, gutter. Skal I være med stillingen? Ved I, hvad det handler om, at I simpelthen tør gå ud og spille fodbold? Vi er nede med 4, og jeg kan lige så godt sige, som det er. Nu kigger jeg på dig, Palle. De fræser lige igennem dig derovre i højre siden. Så må du ind og i knæhaseren på ham. Det er Bjarne, der er dommer i dag. Jeg kender Bjarne. Og prøv lige at høre, giv ikke godt lige være med at se smøjten her. Hvis du er Brian. Hvis man har fået lidt for meget under vesten i går, så vil jeg ikke ens betydning med, at man ikke kan spille fodbold i dag. Fordi ved du hvad, vi har faktisk en aftale. Det er henne jeg op på armbolden. 9:15 i morgen.
It's something football that I don't understand that much about.
Hvis hun rører min plæneklipper, så kan jeg den.
This one is he called him the trucker type. Like a trucker is some kind of wagon.
Uden pøller med godt lån for, så brænder jeg en sikring. Så flipper jeg røgenskrot. Kan I holde varmen herovre, eller hvad? Jo tak, det går lige. Jeg så også lige dem herovre, de har fået en ny plæneklipper. Ja, med el.
He's just talking, you know, about common things and you know.
Elkælen kalder jeg den.
He's talking about the neighbor what kind of things the neighbor have been buying.
Jeg har så min plæneklipper, den skal lyse af min mave, når jeg er sulten.
Make fun of the sound that the machine is making when they are cutting the grass.
Det skal være så, at naboen lige bliver bange over. Er det?
It have to be so that the neighbor is going. The sound has to be so that the neighbor is getting scared.
Kom hjem med en kædesav, der ved noget.
Now he's talking about how I don't know that word if it's on the machine that cut the grass or if he's already talking about a new subject, but he's talking about something inside that machine and.
Ej, jeg er sgu ikke så meget i haven. Ikke frivillig i hvert fald.
He don't want to be gardening. He's not the type that is gardening. But if he's going to cut the grass, then he also want to drink a cold beer.
Skal stå i græs eller drikkes kold. Ja, det skal de kunne ind og sætte bare blande sig udenom.
And like we call it a mannerherm. That kind of talk. It's like he's talk about things that women don't really are so interested in listening to.
Det skal de. Ej, jeg kan sagtens styre det. Men så noget som det der, du ved. Så Melia Corporation knows how. Nu skal du høre engang. Det er angående ligesom.
Now we are in a kindergarten.
Der er Smilla. For vi oplever altså en pige, der er ikke selvreguleret i den her.
And it's a little bit hysteric how these people working in that industry are talking about the kids. They are they always have a lot of weird stuff going on. Like they want to convince the parents that there's something wrong with the kids and that they need experts to figure out what it's about, and they use very sophisticated words about what's going on, and it's like they want to find mistakes, and if there's no mistakes, then they just make up some mistakes.
Jeg siger det udelukkende, fordi Lisa Smilla jo er en dejlig pige. Når hun er det.
And then they say, oh, this girl, she's a very, very wonderful girl when she decides to be a wonderful girl. But then they start to talk about all kinds of psychology shit, and you know, they sometimes interpret the situations. It's a little bit too much how much they are talking about all this psychology, and like they always have some worries. You see how he looks worried now, and then that is how they also scare. They're scared their parents. They always talk to them in order to indulge fear in them, because then they feel that that's their only way to feel that they are in power, and people nowadays in society of Denmark feel powerless because we don't have much freedom, and everybody actually want to scare each other within the system, and they want to see if they can harm other people, and that is actually going on, and it is very weird feeling every time you sit and talk with these kind of people working in institutions, if it's about yourself or if it's about your children or whatever it is, at the doctor, at the nurse, at the pharmacy, or the way they talk and the way they look at you is like and I was making stand-up comedy for many years ago, but I see that they get inspired of that. Now they start to do stand-up this way. It's something new for Danish people to start doing all this. It has become a trend, right?
Ja, og nu hører jeg godt, hvad du siger. Men vi har et læreplanstema, og det er vi også nødt til at overholde. Ja. Jamen, det kan jeg ikke gå ind i. Så må du ind på Aula og kigge, ja. Det står skrevet sort på hvidt. Ja, ind på Aula, der kan du faktisk læse dig til det meste.
Now he want them to do a lot of kind of educate themselves on a topic, but instead of just telling them what it's all about, and then
Hvis man gider at gøre det.
and now he's actually talking down to them, belittling them, that tell them that if you are like, if he already have prejudice against them, that they don't want. He's actually talking to the parents like they are the ones going to the kindergarten, right? And he don't expect much of them because he already know that they don't want even to do an effort to figure out what all this is about.
Jeg gider at gøre så bare lidt umage. Og det kan jeg sagtens forstå, I siger. Det er da ikke rart. Nej, det er dig. Men vi ser lidt en anden pige heroppe. Ja,
They say that they get a weird feeling of what he's saying because at home she's a different kind of girl, right?
men det kommer vi ikke til at stå her i garderoben og diskutere. Der har jeg andre ting at tage mig til. Der må jeg henstille til.
The weird thing about these kindergartens is that my small boy, he's actually started to talk about the stories he was telling me. I don't know if it was about abuse, but most likely it was that sometimes they take them into private homes, and then they take a whole group of these kindergarten children, and he claims, I don't know if it's true, he was only 4-year-old, but he started to tell me weird stories of the games they were playing and the places in Holy Castle town that he said, yeah, I've been up in that apartment, I've been in this house, and then he pointed when I was passing on the street and going for a walk.
Trappen, som kommer til at give bindeled. Nej, men det er jo ikke ulovligt at tjekke selv.
And this guy, he is revealing that there are pedophiles working in these institutions, right? So I and many other people have a worry about these institutions. What kind of people are working there? Is pedophiles working there because they like that kind of environment? It's easy for them to do harm to children that way, and maybe that's also why, if they have a whole society of those guys, and also maybe women benefit from it if there's some kind of money involved. But then it's just this. Maybe that's also can explain why they always want to talk to the parents and make them scared, kind of that they want to take the children away from them, because they never say that they want to take the children away from them, but the way they talk is just not nice.
Og der er også mulighed for at følge klagevejledning.
And it doesn't really make sense, the things that they are saying.
Ja, det er ude af mine hænder. Og så er det PPR, vi skal ind over, men det er et helt andet maskineri.
Now he want to make a statement that he has nothing to do with the things that they want his help for. then he want to, we in Danish say, throw the ball to another place. He want to give another kind of organization or private sector that question that they are asking him, right? They want another kind of organization within that system to take care of what they are mentioning, because he don't want to take that responsibility for that. And that is how they talk within this kindergarten system.
Det med de madpakker. Jeg har lagt mærke til, de også er lidt...
And that is also a kind of way to scare the parents, because according to the parents, they are just doing their best and show their kids a lot of love and attention, and the kids have no problems in being happy at home. But if something is going on in the kindergarten, then maybe the kids are showing many of the signs there, right? Or maybe they have never been misused, and then these people are making up stories, and then because they're actually planning to abuse them, so they start to talk about they see these signs before they even do some harm to the children. I think they are very calculated people. But he is making many of these videos pretending to be a pedophile working in the system.
Den kostfattige side. Ja, det kan være noget af det, der går op og trigger. Ja. Nu skal du høre en gang. Det er angående Lislej Smilla. Så stopper festen. Der skal være så stille, at man kan høre en knappenål falde til jorden.
Now he's working in an institution, and the way he talked to the children is, I don't know if it's very pedagogic. I think it's a little crazy how he talks to the children, but it's also a little bit too strict, or like you want to punish them if they don't do what he say.
Ja, ved du hvad, så er den sådan set ikke længere. Slut brudt finale. I kan klage fra nu af til juleaften. Det ændrer ikke en disse. Ja, goddag, man økseskaft.
He said that they can complain about this decision from now on till Christmas Eve, and he don't care about that. And yes, he also claimed that they are lying about the things that they are saying, and then we have an expression in Danish that, yes, I can hear that you are talking for your sick master. Master is their mother's sister. That is an expression we have when people are trying to get something out of somebody, and then they lie about something in order to get what they want.
Jeg kan godt høre.
So he's actually accusing the children for being able to lie.
Tak for din syge moster. Men det nytter ikke en pind. Jeg tæller til 3.
And you say lying in order to get something is not helping you guys.
2. Det er sidste chance nu. 2,5. Godt. Aflever. Det er bare...
He's like very angry at them and want them to give something back, that maybe it was a toy or something else.
Bare ikke i orden. Sådan et par store knejder som jer. Og den måde I behandler tingene på. Gør du det?
Then he say, why are you misusing the things? Are you also doing like this in your home?
Det derhjemme. Nå, men sådan gør vi ikke her.
And then he say, we don't do like that in this house.
Jamen, det skal ikke diskuteres.
And it's not up to discussion.
Ved du hvad? Så kan I bare vinke farvel til den tur i svømmehallen.
Now you can just say bye-bye to that trip in the. Now he punished them that they don't have the possibility. No, I laugh because his face expression. He himself are traumatized, right? That is the eyes of somebody who is traumatized. That is what he wants to show people, I think. That these people working those places have had a lot of trauma in their childhood, and so they don't know how to take good care of children. And you want to punish them, telling them that now the trip to the swimming pool, indoor swimming pool, is cancelled.
Ja, men sådan er det. Eller så...
In Divyu and Livyu, in Kiswahili, that's how it is. Period. He said period.
Det er lukket. Det er så det er sådan set så nemt. For det,
Your mommy is not working here. You say, your mommy is not working here.
din mor, hun arbejder ikke. Og ved du hvad, jeg kommer ikke til at gentage mig selv.
No, I'm not going to say this more than this time.
Jeg siger, jeg kommer ikke. Nu holder du. Er du?
Nu holder du. That is a Danish expression that parents are using a lot, and it's actually very damaging for the children when they say this. You know, he just tell them now you have to stop, right?
Med på den kammerat 12. Der skal ikke grines.
He don't allow them to laugh at him. I don't like when these people working in the institutions are talking like this to children. Maybe some of them actually do, and maybe also some kind of parents are talking to their children like this, but it's not beneficial for anybody, neither the children and the grown-ups, right?
Ja, men jeg kan også fortælle jer en ting, at det bipspil der, med den rev der inde på computerrummet, ja, det bliver lukket, du.
Now you want to punish them with something else about the computer game that they like to play with a Fox computer game or something like that. He is going to also close that opportunity for them to play that game.
Jo, det gør jeg da. Fordi det er mig, der bestemmer.
He says he is the one who make decision here, that they are not allowed to make any decisions. It's kind of cruel to talk to small children like this.
Er den fæsen ind på lystavlen?
That is a Danish expression, at den fesen ind på lystavlen. It means fesen is something like when you fart, and then the lystavle is like a blackboard with lights, and the expression is if your fart is lighting up their school. What did I just call it? And then it just means that if they have understood it clearly.
Nå, absolut sidste chance.
This is the last chance that he is giving them. They have to behave, or he will punish them even further. This is a good way to educate children. When you open the door, he says, now the party is over.
Og festen, der skal være så stille,
You have to be so quiet.
at man kan høre en knappenål falde til.
I want you to be so quiet then that if I drop a small thing, tiny thing that they are using for sewing clothes, then everybody would be able to hear it fall to the ground.
Ja, ved du hvad, så er den sådan set ikke længere. Slut.
You say, that is just how it is, there's no other way. Then he say, slut prut finale, and that is kind of children language. It means periods.
Prut finale. I kan klage fra nu af til juleaften.
And then he talk about if you want to make a statement and want to talk against these rules, it would not change anything.
Hvis I lige får lukket ned for det bipspil, så kan I prøve at kigge derud til højre. Det er derude, ham Ove Sprog, han er født. Ham der fra Olsen, familien der. Hvad fanden har du gang i? Du er jo sindssyg. Du så godt den sølvfarvede ventis, der kom rundt over hjørnet. Ja, og du kommer kørende, som om du ikke har dit liv kært. Men det har jeg. Jeg kan bare fortælle dig en ting. Og det er, hvis du havde ramt os, så var det sandt resten blevet værst for dig selv. Du kommer satme til at slå ind i hjælp på et tidspunkt. Ja, det er satme ikke sjovt. Ja, har du fået klus op til middag, eller hvad? Ja, fordi vi står og diskuterer her, det har ikke en ski med dig at gøre. Men det var da ikke dig. Jeg er bare lige ved at lære den unge mand her, hvordan man kører bil. For det kan han til synligheden ikke finde ud af. Jeg synes...
This is a teacher. He say, I'm coming to you now.
Jeg kommer ned til dig.
What is it? What? He's saying to this small student that that now the time is it's 1:30 something. Is it that one question that is annoying you? Is it that one that annoys you he's talking about? And it's actually him who is annoying, right? He's a pedophile. It's so ridiculous and so disgusting. And quite funny, but also very serious matter of our society. But he's just so disgusting. I'm going to come to you afterwards. Or you have to sit outside the classroom. Yes. When you're finished with this mathematics, then you have to go outside. Outside the classroom. What the fuck? Now see here, you don't have to multiply and minus yet. No, this is, I don't know the word in English for burger. It's something about mathematics. He's saying, no, this is not this kind of burger. Because it's burger. What is happening to his ass and what is up his nose? Like he is making fun of pedophiles because they don't have brain and they maybe don't know how to. They're just disgusting what they do, and so that when you make fun of them, then you want to look as disgusting as possible. What is happening here? What is touching his ass? I don't understand this picture, but maybe he's putting his ass up against the chair or something.
Yes, yeah. Sensi-cubes. Har du prøvet sensi-cubes? Prøv så godt du kan.
He's making a suggestion of something mathematic that she should use.
Sensi-cubes. Prøv så godt du kan.
But it's okay that he's talking about all these matters, right? And it's a good way to make people think twice about if these things are going on in our society or not, which they are, no doubt about it. He said that him the disgusting, ham den klamme, he says, him the disgusting. He said that this is sort of our song. Because I'm also a little stupid. I feel like doing something a little stupid. Because I think you are so lovely. And your hair is so soft. No, it's just for fun. I'm kissing you for fun, your hair. You don't want to dance a little bit with me? You have to. I would rather choose to have you. I would rather choose you. Come here. Now he say, ow, that means if something is hurting.
Ej, undskyld. Jeg
No, I'm sorry. I just think that you are so lovely.
spørger, du er så dejlig. Ej, undskyld.
No, sorry. Then he's smelling. Snoozer intense means he's smelling intensively.
Au, au,
Now he say ow 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 like if something is paining him.
au, au. Det kunne på en måde godt være lidt det, du...
And down here it says opskriften på skilsmisse. It means like this is the recipe for divorce. You don't think that it is you don't feel pity for me.
Synes du ikke, det er synd for mig? Jeg bliver ked af.
I get very sad now. You don't have pity for me.
Er det nu? Du får lige en krammer.
I just give you a krammer. A krammer is like a hug. Now I'm giving to you a hug.
Ja. Det er noget, jeg bare
Your skin is still so
så
soft.
blød. Ej, prøv lige at blive her. Bliv lige her. Bliv lige her.
Please stay here. Please stay here. Please stay here.
Så skal jeg nok være ordentlig.
I am going to behave. And it just looks so disgusting now, right?
Bare Merete, vi ikke er sammen længere.
Me and Marete, maybe his wife or girlfriend, we are not together anymore.
Jeg siger bare Merete.
I'm saying me and Marete, we are not together
Vi er ikke sammen længere.
anymore.
Jeg er forelsket i hinanden.
I'm in love with somebody else.
Men du vil jo ikke have mig.
But you're saying you don't want me.
Jeg tror bare godt,
But I think that we could make it happen.
vi kunne finde ud af det sammen.
We could make it good together. Can I smell you again?
Luft til dig igen. Kommer det der spørg?
Come and dance with me.
Kom nu, baby.
Come no, come. Please come, baby. There is nothing ulovlig is illegal. There's nothing illegal in it.
Nå, lovligt lige. Kom lige her.
Come here. Just come here.
Au, undskyld.
He say ow again like she's hurting him or something. Then he say I'm sorry, sweetie.
Sød. Det der, det er på en... Jeg kender en, hvis det er. Kender du tonsetvillingerne? Ude for Såring. Tonsetvillingerne. De der knatter der, de havde 5 overskæg i børnehaven.
Now he's talking about that some of the children have like starting to get mustache in the kindergarten.
Prøv, de laver murarbejde. De laver malerarbejde.
They are it's actually talking about some carpenters and some painters.
Og de gør det alle sammen uden regning.
And that does all this without any bill. So I don't know what he's actually talking about here.
Altså, Uganda.
Now he's talking about Uganda, an African country, without beregning. That is tricky because regning means a bill, but beregning is when you don't. Uden is like a country language of Danish without having any calculations like in mind, you know, like bad intentions is the connotative meaning of it.
Uden beregning. Eller selvfølgelig er der penge, men man behøver...
But of course there is money in it, but we don't need to tell anybody to the police.
Sig noget til politiet, hvis du forstår.
If you understand what I mean.
Jeg håber ikke, du er fra politiet.
I don't hope that you're from the police.
Nej, nå, okay.
No, okay.
Jeg så også lige den her om.
I also saw this.
Nu det her, den her. Den er du delen i.
This one you are very tired of.
Jeg er træt af. Jeg kender en, hvis der er. Jeg vil ikke kalde ham.
I know one. If you need it. I don't want to call him a carpenter, but
murer. Men hvis der er nogen, der
if there is something that is clever, then it's him.
er klog, så er det ham. Han var sådan,
He is like this kind of
han kan bare sådan,
he just know there's 7 tabel. So I think he's talking about the 7-year-olds, right, that they want to abuse, but he's just talking another language in order to camouflage it. So now he's talking about there's 7 tabel is something in mathematics, and something like that. He can do that 7 tabel and such kind of things.
livtabellen og sådan noget. Bare sådan.
Just like this knips, like he can just make things happen.
Ja, færdiggjorde skolen.
He were finishing his school and like that han er del med fin. It actually means that I think it has the connotative meaning in this sentence that he's del med fin, that he is a kind of a very tricky person, right? That he can do things that people normally don't do.
Sådan noget. Han er dem fin. Hvis man er ordentlig overfor.
If you are very good to him, then he's also very good to you.
Ham så er han også ordentlig overfor en. Men hvis ikke man er. Ja, det tager.
But if you are not kind to him, yes, that I don't dare to tell you here.
Ikke sige her. Men hvis det er, så skal jeg tage ham med. For han er...
But if it has your interest, then I would take him to you because he don't have a driving license anymore.
Kørekort længere. Du afregner den bare.
And you just afregner, you just give me the money.
Mig. Jyske dollars.
In jyske dollars. Jylland is a part of Denmark, and he's calling it jyske dollars might be black money on the black market, like something that you don't pay tax money of. Then I'm going to så skal jeg nok ordne. Så skal jeg nok ordne. Then I am going to fix it for you.
Ryger du forresten?
Are you smoking?
Om du ryger? Jeg er bare smart.
Are you smoking cigarettes? It's just cigarettes that I'm talking about.
Nå, okay.
No, okay.
Siger du bare til?
If not, then if so, then if you are smoking cigarettes, then you just tell me.
Jeg kender en, hvis det er. Du skal til at tænke over din opførsel.
You have to think about how you behave. Now he's talking to a child.
Du kommer ud i bilen og sidder.
You have to go out into the car and sit there as punishment, because I think this is embarrassing.
For jeg synes, det er flovt, den måde, som du tager dig på.
Because I think that the way that you are behaving is very, very humiliating.
Den måde, som du tager dig på. Vi tager bare hjem så. Længere er den så.
And we are just going home, period. That is how it is.
Sådan set ikke. Nej, vi skal ikke hjem nu.
No, we are not going home yet.
Faktisk i gang med noget.
We are in the middle of something, and the grown-ups, they want to, and then
Og de voksne vil også gerne have lov til at hygge sig.
the grown-ups, they also want to have fun.
Men det er lidt svært, når du sidder derovre og opfører dig som patte.
But it's very, very difficult when you sit over here and is acting like a small, irresponsible kid. Padawan.
Må lige...
Like a small padawan, he's referring to the breast of a mother, right? But the word pada is not a very kind word for it, and then he's calling it a padaban is like belittling the kid very much. Then he say you just have to show how old you really are.
Vis, hvor gammel egentlig er, du er. Fødselsdagen, den bliver aflyst.
Now he's punishing him. I don't understand why they're doing like that. I know that I was one of the best mothers in Denmark, because this is actually how many parents are talking to their kids. And I've seen it many times, how they do. They are threatening the kids that now, because of this, that they didn't behave well now, then he will punish them with canceling a birthday party. Maybe they have been invited to a birthday party with other kids, but that will be cancelled for them. And this kind of punishment is actually not encouraging the kids to behave better, is it? It's just making them feeling hurt and misunderstood, because all they want is just the parents' attention and some love.
Legeaftaler, det kan du så heller ikke have noget af længere.
And another thing you want to punish them with now is that you don't want to allow them to have legeaftaler is like the arrangement for going other people's home and play with other kids. That you cannot do anymore because of that incident, right?
For du er ikke gammel nok. Jeg knækker.
Because you are not old enough, and now I'm going to break your iPad into pieces.
Din iPad. Ja, jeg smider den i hvert fald ud.
I'm going to throw it out. I'm certainly going to do that.
Jeg lægger den til side.
Yeah, I'm going to put it aside.
Den iPad, den bliver lagt til side.
That iPad is going to be hidden somewhere.
Og så kan du få den, når du er klar.
And then you can get it when you're ready for it.
Lidt senere.
A little bit later.
Så må du gerne få den iPad.
Okay, then you can get the iPad. But so then you also have to play something together. You see how they are very evil, and then they're very soft and in the middle of being evil, talking. So it's kind of very abusive talk, actually.
Jeg spiller noget sammen. Ja, du finder noget, og så de andre kigge.
Yes, he want to teach them something which is good, but I don't think this is a good way of teaching them, because he is also, what is the English word for skille dem ud, scrolling them, or what is called?
Hvis de har lyst til at kigge på.
If they like to watch. Now I don't know if it's like what he's trying to say here.
Og så skal jeg nok lade mig forstyrre for meget, ikke?
And then I'm going to make sure that I don't disturb too much, and then we go into the room again, the room with all the others. I think they're in a separate room talking about this matter, right?
Nu går vi ind og prøver igen.
So the parents, many parents that I have seen and been visiting in their home, they are not very interested in their kids, actually. And when other adults come to visit them, then if the children want to sit on their lap, then they push them away, and they are not very behaving very well towards the kids. And it hurts my feeling to be witnessing such matters, but I never want to educate the parents. I never say anything. I just register it and think about myself that I was a good mother, right?
Hov.
And don't do like that. I don't educate my children in a punishing way. But I never had any problems with my child. Almost no problems with him. I remember one time that he was sleeping, maybe just resting for 5 or 10 minutes, and then he was eating all the ice creams in the in the freezer. And then because I don't want to lay a hand on him, I don't want to do that. Then if you don't understand, then I can get angry. I think that was the only time I got angry. And another time he was a little too much, like he was jumping around everywhere, and then he happened to something was falling down on my table and spoiling something that was on the table. I don't remember what it was anymore. And then I also got angry at him. But I remember that I told myself afterwards, this is just so ridiculous to get angry at somebody you love so much that is so small, right? So when you raise your voice, you should be very careful, because these children, they will remember it for the rest of their lives.
Hey.
I couldn't be anything but good mother to him, because I have so much love inside for this my own child. I just wanted to give him the best childhood as possible, because I knew how hurt I was myself in my relationship with my parents. So I was extra careful that I didn't want my child to grow up like that. I wanted him to feel that he was a somebody. I wanted him to feel that he was very important to me, that he was the one that I wanted to always make sure that he understood that he was the one that really made me happy in life. And so I was not ignorant. I was never ignorant like I see many other parents actually are. Maybe they are very caring and with their children when I'm not there, but I never really saw that they cared about their children when I was there. Maybe they were too busy being an adult together with me, or I don't know really what it was about.
Jamen, ved du hvad, I må ikke gå og trække ham sådan i halsen. Det kan han sgu ikke holde til. Ja, I er nødt til at få en ordentlig sele på ham. Det kan du godt gå hjem og sige til mor og far.
Now he want to. That is a policeman on the Villavej. Villavej is like actually those people who have a lot of money to buy a house. I've never had money to buy a house, but the people who have house car and all that in their very nice kind of upper class society. Then this policeman is giving them some, what is he saying? That they have to put when this kid is sitting in the car, then they have to make sure that he has a safety belt on. It's funny because my parents never told me to put the safety belt on, and my father often had car accident with me. More than 3 times, and the first time it happened was actually here in Tanzania in the mountains, and my bone structure was damaged, and because they were narcissistic, I was not allowed to talk about it, and I was very scared of them. And still up to this day I can be very scared if my father is watching these videos. So I erased him from my Facebook, because I cannot talk about anything without fearing what he will do to me, right, if I say the truth. But I think it's just upon time that I tell the truth, that I have problems with my bone structure, and I was not allowed to talk about it, and that they have taught me to just be blind obedient to them. They don't want anything that can harm the money that they earn and harm the job that my father have that requires to travel around in a car, right, and drive his car every day. Also, he enjoy to drive car. I don't think he can live without driving a car. But I also have a need for a car and to drive, and I never got driving license. That's the next thing that I feel pity for myself sometimes, that I don't have a driving license. I simply don't have really money this period of times. I need to resolve many other things. I need to create a home environment, and then it would take me many years to save money for a car. But my sister, she got a driving license because she was smoking cigarettes, and in order for her to stop smoking cigarettes, they gave her my grandparents' car, and they gave my sister a driving license when she was 18 years old.
Om det kan du godt gå hjem og sige til morfar. Ja, det synes jeg er synd. Ja, du må da undskylde, at jeg...
They also gave my sister the keys for their house so that she could water their plants while they were on vacation. They have never wanted to do that to me. They didn't want to give me that kind of responsibility. They wanted to belittle me all the time, and it has damaged my self-worth a great deal.
Godt kan lide hunden. Goddag. Kan det hilse? Er det en tæve? Nej, han er ikke en tæve. Men han er neutraliseret. Er det en spand?
So I don't want to show more of this guy, but I just find it interesting that he is actually talking about this topic. Now he's in an institution again, but maybe I will translate some of his stuff another day.
Ned omkring mejeriet. Og så ned forbi den gamle dagligbrugs. Den ligger lige over Ballen og Vejstrup. Hen til døgnkiosken, når I kommer derned. Tag lige første stikvej.
I think their acting is actually quite good compared to other people on the internet, for example. These young people, also because his age.
Jeg kender
And there are also some other much younger people who are starting to make a comedy, but I think that they are not professional like this one is. Even though that maybe that this one have never had any education, is actually doing it quite good. I don't know where that is now, but I posted one of them on my front page.